Viva Las Vegas. It was a good one. We're back. And so is Max Verstappen with his fourth title. Congratulations to him.
Do
And
do
we're
do
going to
do.
Max
Max
Verstappen.
Verstappen.
So we're going to talk about Las Vegas GP. Sorry we couldn't be here for preview. Lots going on. And we got a lot going on this week too. In the States, we got Thanksgiving. So let's get started and start talking about this Las Vegas Grand Prix. Mercedes, freaky fast, right? 1
Yeah.
and 2, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, with Carlos Sainz. The Ferraris were fast too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mercedes was dominant all weekend. They topped
Yep.
every session. It was crazy.
From practice to Grand Prix.
Yep.
What blows my mind is like, Eddie, you kept talking about how McLaren, like these are just like, they're just going to be super fast. This car's really good on a fast track. And I was like, yeah, I think so. And then McLaren was so mid
Yeah.
this weekend.
It was
really
I mean
weird.
the only cars that looked decent were the Mercedes. It's pretty everybody was struggling except George and Lewis, who were flying.
Yeah, but Ferrari looked really good too. They both drivers, I believe, at one point were passing Max Verstappen, making it look a little fun. But when you're talking about overall dominance, yeah, Mercedes was.
Yeah. I mean, the Ferraris looked second best for sure, but I mean, they both had points where they were just losing 1.5 seconds a lap to the Mercedes. The second their tires fell off, they're like, we need to pit now, or we lose 5 places. It's crazy.
So instead
Russell
of
was so good.
global cooling, so that Mercedes could be a really good team.
Yeah, we need every race to be 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're good. Then they win it all.
Hamilton was praising the car, huh? It's like, this is the best I've ever seen it this season.
I mean,
so silly.
Hamilton was flying. If he qualifies, like if he gets a quality lap in, he wins that race by a minute.
So what happened there? I missed that. He just didn't put in a qualifying lap? That's why he was in the back?
Yeah, he messed up both laps. His first lap and his second lap.
Damn.
Well,
Yep. Pretty nutter.
Look, and going back to this podium thing right here, George Russell, that boy did so good at one point. I think I must have looked away from the TV and I looked back and I'm like, is he not going to pit? And then it was like lap 20 something. I'm like, I don't think he's going to pit. He had pitted already, but I guess he did it so quick and just didn't lose positions or something that I'm like, he wasn't first the whole time.
Yeah, in the first stint, he was ahead by 15, 20 seconds, something like that. It was pretty ridiculous to watch.
It's crazy.
It was kind of a snoozer, but not really. Like they were like the race had its moments, but it wasn't like this like, oh my god, what a race type of thing.
The first 15 laps were pretty exciting when everybody was coming in. The whole pack was close to each other, and then you had
It was so close, right?
half the field pitting on like lap 10 and getting mixed in with the people who were on different strategies. Other than that, it was okay.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and look
I would
at
agree. It was a bit of a little snoozer. My favorite part of the race would have to be Perez's overtake on 2.
On 2.
Oh yeah, he had a double overtake.
Yeah, on a Haas and a V carb. Or all 3 of them were in that turn. Was it turn 14?
It was turn 14. Yeah. It's
I
where
was like,
Colapinto
man, he
crashed.
just squeezed in there. Yeah, that's the one.
And that's where that if you remember last year, that's where Perez lost second place on the last lap to Leclerc. Him and
Mm-mm.
Leclerc were
To
battling.
Leclerc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He redeemed
yes.
himself.
It's all coming back to me now.
I guess he redeemed himself. I mean,
No, he
he
scored
got
1 point
10th.
this
Kind of.
weekend.
I mean, that's Checo's new normal.
Ugh.
Like if you look at the last 6 races, he didn't score twice and he scored 1 point in 3 out of them.
Unacceptable.
I mean, bringing in that Kit Kat money.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the championship
right.
update. We have questions for you, Eddie. All right.
Yeah.
Main question is
Mm-hmm.
Lando Norris scored 9.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen scores 10.
Mm-hmm.
How did he clinch if he needed to get 3 points?
Okay, so if Lando outscores Max by 3 points, and then Max doesn't score a single point for the rest of the season, and Lando scores maximum points, then Lando wins. So now, even if Max doesn't start the sprint in Qatar, the race in Qatar, or the race in Abu Dhabi, and Lando wins all 3, he still won't have enough points to win.
I thought Max needed to win, like be ahead of Norris 3 points this weekend. I thought that's what it was.
No, Lando needed
That's
to
what I
outscore.
understood this whole time.
Yeah.
So Lando
No.
needed to outscore by 3.
We were
Yeah,
so confused.
Yeah, Max just needed to beat Lando.
Gotcha. Well, there it is. I mean,
Mhm.
that was a lot of fun.
It's just another masterclass of Max just extracting everything out of that car.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming to an end, so there's not really like crazy movement. Nothing really happened on both sides of the leaderboard.
I mean, something pretty big happened in the constructors.
Constructors, yes, but as far as individual drivers,
Yeah,
that was it for the constructors. We had Hulkenberg with those 4 points.
USA.
Yes, going up a spot above Alpine by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Point.
And
I don't remember what our predictions were. We had that in the other document, right? I'm gonna look.
with regards to what?
And we're
Who's gonna get 6th?
Yeah, I don't know where we wrote that.
In the look ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But in other news, Ferrari closes the gap by 12 points to McLaren. Now, Ferrari's got a real shot to win the constructors.
Hell yeah! Especially after a weekend like this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ferrari 27 and McLaren, they were up 12 points on them. That's what they got to do. They got to keep chipping away at it.
Yeah. They don't have they've only got 2 races and a sprint left, so they've got to make some big moves.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not over. McLaren could lose both championships.
Imagine that. When it was like
they
have the fastest car.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they have the fastest car now. It's hard to say. But they had the fastest car for so long.
This weekend, Qatar is a sprint, right?
Qatar's a sprint, yeah.
Okay, so there's
2 more races.
Bring some more points to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta capitalize.
Interesting. So my question is, why does Lando Norris go for the fastest lap in that end of the race? What just for the championship, the constructors?
Yeah, for the constructors.
Gotcha. Nothing to do with the drivers.
No.
Now Max is gonna mess with them in this last 2 races and sprint, and just gonna fastest lap everything just to take all those points.
He was messing with them at the end of the race,
A little bit,
where
yeah.
he was trying to create a gap to to Mercedes or something.
He was also asking the question like, the Ferraris are coming behind. Should I defend?
Yes, yeah. And Horner was like, yeah.
But speaking of Ferrari, there's some drama.
Tell me, explain that to me, because I the one thing I did see was they told Leclerc Carlos is not going to like pressure you or pass you, and then when it happened, he was like, "Oh, maybe you should say it in Spanish next time."
It was, yeah, I don't know. It feels like the drama came out of nowhere. Like they're buddy
Mhm.
I didn't
buddy
hear
and
that.
they're working together. Yeah, he said that. There were a lot of team radios that didn't get broadcast, but they showed up after. But yeah, I guess there's drama in Ferrari. It's pretty nuts. I
Mhm.
mean, Carlos just wants to get a couple more podiums before he never podiums again.
Oh,
Yeah, well deserved.
I mean, at this point, Leclerc is out of contention for the constructors' championship.
For the drivers.
Championship. So what does it matter if Sainz is out racing Leclerc?
It doesn't. It doesn't really matter. But I
It
mean,
does
they'd
because
probably prefer not to fight each other.
I had him on my predictions, so I got affected.
Now, what's wild is that Carlos and Charles have never crashed into each other. With all the battles they've had, they've never crashed into each other.
Interesting.
In these last two races,
Interesting.
do we think they're going to crash into each other?
Wait, so you're saying not just this season? It's like overall, all these years they've been racing
Yeah,
as
as teammates. Yeah.
Us teammates.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say
Interesting.
no because the smooth operator doesn't crash.
Okay. I think he crashed into Piastri like 3 times last year, but
The smooth
So
operator
I want to
will do
bring
it.
up something else about the Ferrari drama. One thing that I was like scratching my head. So I'm watching the TV, right? And I see Lewis Hamilton right behind Sainz, like right on him, and they're pitting. And then Sainz like, nope, over the line. Uh, No penalty for doing
yeah,
that. Not that I
I
wanted
don't
to get a penalty, but like, isn't that a penalty for going over the white line
I don't understand how he
in the
didn't get a
safety?
penalty. It didn't even get looked at.
Not even. And
It's
it
I thought it was
happened
pretty
so
sent.
nuts.
fast that I'm like, what just happened? And I had to look at the radio, I mean the replay, and then I saw, it was just trailing him, and then he just left. And then I saw the radio. It's like, guys, what happened? It's like, "Oh, we weren't ready. Guys,
And they
wake
were
up."
They're just like, stay out, stay out, stay out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
It's
then just
pretty
last minute pulled out.
it's pretty crazy. But so it can get appealed. And if Carlos Sainz, so McLaren can appeal it. Say, hey, why didn't he get a penalty for this? And if they decide to give him a 5-second penalty, A, he loses 2 places.
Ooh.
And B, he goes behind
Mhm.
Max, and Ferrari loses points to McLaren.
Ooh.
So I don't know if they're pursuing it. I haven't looked
What's
into
the
it, but it's
window to
very
do that?
strange. I don't know. I mean, they'd have to probably do it pretty quickly, but it's insane that it wasn't even like noted or reported.
Right.
It just happened. And it's super dangerous.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody was coming right there.
Yeah, I
They
don't
would
know.
have just
It's nuts.
Well, there was that drama, but then there was also Esteban Ocon coming in.
Oh, just
And there
driving
was
through.
Yeah, there's just like one person standing at the pit waiting for him.
But that's what you're supposed to do. If you enter the pit, you have to drive through. You can't just
Yeah.
leave.
Carlos was
I don't know.
wilding. But I mean, in Carlos' defense, like on the radio, they told him not to come in last minute. So what your instinct is, ah.
It's I mean, it's the exact same thing that happened to Leclerc a couple years ago, where they're like box, and then as soon as he's entering, they're like, stay out, stay out.
Wait, what about Yuki running over like that sign in the pit?
Mm-hmm.
That
I
was
think it's
crazy
fine
too.
though. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
unsafe
Like,
release
I don't think it was an unsafe release because he definitely got in
right on
front of.
top
I
of the
think it
other
was an
car.
Alpine. I don't know. Let's
So
talk.
with that
Let's talk
whole
real
Ocon
quick.
thing,
Oh, go
hold
ahead.
on, with that whole Ocon thing that he went into the pit, did they tell him like, "Hey, box," or did he just say, "Hey, I'm boxing," and nobody was ready?
I think. I mean, I'm assuming they told him to come in, but yeah, nobody was out there.
Well,
But let's talk about this Colapinto kid crashing another car. What is going on with Williams? They retire
What
Albon
happened?
on like lap 15, 25, lap 25,
mhm.
and Colapinto crashes another car.
Okay, but
I
what
don't.
happened to
Sergeant?
Colapinto? Like, why did his car like it looked like it just like went right into the wall? Like it was just
He turned in. He just turned in too early. He clipped the
Yeah.
inside wall, flew into the outside wall. I think they said it was like 50 G's of
Yeah.
G-force.
mm-hmm.
I even saw that they were considering not letting him race the next day if he didn't pass the physical.
Yeah, that was a
Because of the
huge. I
impact.
mean, that car slid so far, just grinding on the concrete.
Okay, 50 G's of G-force is equivalent to 1,100 miles per hour.
Wow.
I mean, obviously he's not driving that, but
Yeah,
the force of the crash. It's interesting.
it's crazy.
I
Wow.
think it was like a sergeant was doing like voodoo. And he's like, my wall.
Sargent's moved on. He's in the
Mm.
IndyCar.
Did he finish his? I thought he was doing testing. I don't know. Did he get a
Uh,
seat?
I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of things on Twitter where they're like fitting him for the car, and he's
Oh,
getting ready to, in his new little race outfit. It's not a uniform.
Testing for
I
what?
don't know what you call that.
Mario Kart?
testing for IndyCar. See if he gets a seat.
Pretty sure he has a
Oh,
seat.
cool.
Alright.
Good for Logie. One last thing I
Or
wanted to mention
uh-huh.
was Yuki finishing ahead of Checo.
And he also finished ahead of Liam.
Oh, yeah, he destroyed Liam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They keep giving him teammates, and he keeps destroying them. And he's never going to drive a Red Bull.
I think
Right?
Yuki should just go join
Okay.
another team and
Yeah.
then just continue to destroy Red Bull from another team.
The thing is, he might join. Let's say he joins Aston Martin because Honda's going to Aston Martin,
Mm-hmm.
or let's say he wants to join Aston Martin. But let's say Max wants to join Aston Martin. I mean, Max is going to get that seat.
Yeah. What a mess.
I did see an interview with
Mm.
Fernando Alonso where he was basically talking about like how much he loves the brand, the Aston Martin brand, and that he plans to like stick around after he retires, and like even if he's not racing, like rooting him on and helping them win and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how many more years Fernando Alonso has if he's talking like that.
Oh. He's seeing the light, guys.
Maybe next season is the last one. And the 26th,
Mm,
and he's like, I'm done with these electric cars.
maybe 26 because I think he wants to work with Adrian Newey, drive an Adrian Newey car.
Mm.
We shall
How about
see.
this? How about the news that General Motors
Yeah,
will be
there's gonna be
joining
an
the
11
grid?
team. 11 teams. All they had to do was get rid of Andretti.
Well, they didn't really get rid of him
I mean,
because I
he's
think
not
he's
on
going to
any
be
of the
the principal.
paperwork.
From my understanding, he's going to be the principal of that team.
Maybe.
Principal or president, one of the two. I forgot what
So
I
with this
read.
latest announcement, I didn't see his name show up at all,
Yeah, it didn't. So I guess we'll
which was
see.
weird to
It
me.
seems like Formula One just didn't want Andretti to join.
Mm-mm.
But there's that. We don't really know what the specifics are going to be or what they're going to be called, but they're joining in 2026, I think.
Mario Andretti, that's who we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that I think he has a
No,
son
not
also.
Mario. Michael, his son.
Oh, you're talking about as far as driving.
No, I'm talking about as far as like operating the team, because it was
Okay.
his son that was trying to get the team
Oh,
going.
the son that was trying. It wasn't himself.
No.
So Mario Andretti is the OG.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm reading here that Mario Andretti will be director of the board for GM Cadillac. So it's not like the president, like I had read in my head.
Gotcha.
Director of the board. So he's gonna be up there. He's not gonna be like in the face.
And it's Mario, not Michael.
Mario.
Yeah. Which
I'm
explains a
figuring it
lot.
out. And then Michael Andretti. I saw that there was an Andretti in IndyCar right now.
Yeah, Andretti has a team.
But there is like a driver with the last name Andretti.
Mm.
Let's see. Marco. It says here. Oh no, is that the name of the team? No, that's the thing.
Oh, is it not a team? It's a driver?
Let me see. I'll share my screen to you. Let's see. We're trying to figure this out on the fly. Share screen.
I don't really follow IndyCar, so.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out who's this. It's
No,
got
I
to
mean,
be his son, right?
as a driver, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be his son with the same
But
name.
the team is also, I think, Andretti Herta, right?
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
is the driver's name.
Yeah.
Third generation driver. Grandfather is Mario. There it is.
Okay, so he's Michael's son.
There you go. Mario. Jeez, when you're
So
being
how old is
introduced
this
to the
Mario
sport,
dude? Like
all these
120?
names.
This Mario dude. Put some respect on his
Mario,
name.
Michael, Marco. They're just putting all these names similar to confuse the newbies. I was looking real quick to see if Liam was here, but I didn't see him. Maybe he's gonna be in the upcoming season or something because I did see him getting fitted for a car.
Wait, scroll down a
Hmm.
little bit. Wait,
Fittipaldi.
Pietro Fittipaldi.
There he is.
Wait, hold on. I know
Roman
one of those
Grosjean.
dudes down there. Scroll down. Helio. Scroll down a little bit more. One more. More.
Him?
That dude, yeah.
How do you know him?
He's one of my dad's friends.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got 26
That's
points.
funny.
He's
Yeah.
at the He's at the bottom.
I didn't know he was an indie. Cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Look, Pato. He's an IndyCar.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us. Look at us learning things, guys. Okay, we'll stop.
Do we want to look at our predictions?
Yes.
Do we?
I'm excited.
I'm down.
All right. As far as quality poll goes, we were all wrong. I had Lando, Will, and Eddie both had Leclerc, and Mercedes was just freaky fast. Excuse me. This weekend, podium, complete butchery. Okay.
Whoa. Not complete.
Except for Eddie getting third place right. Eddie had Carlos Sainz winning third.
Yeah.
Everybody else got everything wrong. We all had high hopes for Leclerc.
I had good thing I didn't put money down because I had all my chips on Ferrari.
I think we all did. Well, not all of them, but
I was all on McLaren this weekend.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
My fault.
I shouldn't have listened to you.
You played mind games with her, Eddie.
He did. He didn't know what he was doing, but he did it. Okay, so then let's talk about our breakout and broken. So I'll go first. Breakout performers. I had Haas as a team, and broken. I had Red Bull. Haas, you could debate because they took a step in the championship.
Okay.
Even though one of their drivers didn't score points, but the other did. And Red Bull, Red Bull had a good weekend. Max Verstappen clinched his fourth. So that was a no. I think that's red. But what do you guys think about
point
Haas?
for Haas.
Oh, I wonder
They
why.
moved up.
I wonder why.
I wonder why you'll give the point for Haas. Is it maybe because your breakout was also Haas?
Was it?
I'm okay
Yes,
with
it
But
I'm
was.
that's
okay. I'm okay with Haas. Nico finished
Okay.
best of the rest, and they moved up in the constructors.
All right.
hey, I did put
Will,
breakout as Haas.
was Perez broken? Will put Perez broken.
That motherfucker was broken.
I don't. I don't. I don't know. We can
No,
debate
you
it,
know what?
but
10?
he scored a point, which is not good, obviously, from Red Bull standards. 1 point,
Mm-hmm.
but for
Mm-hmm.
Checo standards,
But for
that's
his
just what he
standards,
does.
he scored a damn point.
So
Yeah.
Ah,
so I don't know. It's hard to say. Like
man.
So
I looked at I looked at the past 6 races. He scored 1 point in 3 of them. He scored 0 points in 2 of them, and he scored 6 points in 1 race. So he scored nine
so
points in the last 6 races.
in his
This
standards, it's not broken.
that
This
that's
should be
that's what
yellow
I
instead
think.
of green.
That's what I think. But
Point five?
you guys can voice
I
your.
I agree with Eddie. I don't think Will gets any points for that because sometimes I feel like Will. I'm gonna call you out. Sometimes I feel like you like intentionally pick the easy ones so that you could try to get a point.
So I mean, I will say this. So he had
What the
a
fuck
bad
is the
quality
point of this
session.
then?
Yeah, he had a bad quality session, right? But I feel like he drove a good race in the sense where he was making a lot of moves and he got back into the points, which was hard to do this weekend. So, like we were even talking about like his double overtake being like one of the best moments of the race.
Yeah, but that double overtake could have happened when he was like in 17 and 18. And, he'd still be booty cheeks.
Sure. So it's up to you guys. I don't know if I mean Perez in general is broken, but this is just a pretty standard race for him. So
Yeah, so it's not good, but it's not bad. It's in the middle.
yeah,
So it's not broken.
that's what I think.
So no points.
And
Sorry.
I had Yuki as my breakout.
Nah, I don't think so.
Nah, he beat his teammate by 40 seconds. He beat a Red Bull.
He's close. He's close to breakout.
He's close to breakout. He beat his teammate by 40 seconds.
He's pretty close.
Bitch, how does that feel?
That's almost a second a lap. That's crazy.
Let's see. He scored 2 points. And RB is still in 8th. But I mean, that's a team thing.
There were two drivers not in the top 4 teams, like 2 midfield drivers who scored points. Nico Hulkenberg and Yuki Tsunoda. So if you guys get points for Haas, I think I should get a point for Yuki.
Give yourself a point.
Especially since you guys picked a team and one of the drivers did not score. And I picked a specific driver.
Give yourself a point. I
But
get the point.
my broken was Piastri.
I think he
It-
was broken.
I mean, it wasn't a good race, but he only finished 8 seconds off of Lando. Granted, Lando boxed at the end of the race for new tires. But I mean, they finished 6th and 7th. I don't know if I can consider it broken. I just think that's where McLaren was. I don't
It's
think he could have finished any
mediocre.
higher.
Yeah.
I don't think he could have finished any higher.
But that's the
Like he
thing.
finished
Like,
right behind Lando on
no,
track, and
no.
that's the
All
only
joke
person you can
aside,
compare to.
I don't think it's a broken
No, I agree. I
for
don't think it's
Oscar.
broken.
Like, it's mid. It's not great, but it's not broken either. If it would have been down there, out of the points,
Yeah, if there was a big gap to Lando, I mean, the only person you can compare is to their teammate. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, finishing right behind him again, Lando boxed at the end. So really, it was like a 30-second gap. But they finished 6 and 7. I don't know. There's not much more he could have done, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll agree. You sold me. You don't get a point.
That's all good. Want to keep everything fair.
So as far as wild predictions go, I had a very good start to my Saturday night when Friday night Gasly he just magically made it into P3.
Yeah. And Ocon qualified 11th, so there was a good
Yeah.
chance for both Alpines to score points.
I saw it. I
Mhm.
saw it happening, and then my heart broke when he was just screaming at his team on the radio, "I lost power! I lost power!" And
And
I was
his team
like,
saying everything's okay.
"No."
And then his
Everything looks
engine
great on
blows
our
up.
end. Well, I lost power.
There's smoke
Smoke.
coming out of the back of his car.
Everything looks great.
Everything's good over here. What are you talking about? No, I feel bad for him. So my prediction was that both Alpines are gonna score points, and yeah, that
No
didn't happen.
points there.
So moving
Will?
on.
I had made the decision that Mr. Goat Verstappen was going to clinch the championship, and it came to fruition.
But this is what I'm saying, that Will likes to pick the easy things.
I was okay with it because I didn't think that Max was going to beat the McLarens.
Take your points and run with it.
I thought the championship would extend to Qatar.
Nope.
So that's a point
Too
for Will.
easy.
And my wild prediction was that Ferrari gets within 20 points of the constructors, which they got very close, but they are not within 20 points. They are 24 points behind.
Wow,
So
sirs.
no point for me.
Almost.
Yeah. So
Okay.
updated point totals. Will
Let's
scored
see.
2 points. Did everybody score 2?
Will has 2. I have 1.
Okay,
Eddie has
2.
2.
All right. So Will's still in the lead by 1 point with 3 sessions to go.
Will has 32 points. Eddie has 31, and I have 22.5. It is safe to say that I'm gonna stay right there.
Listen, next week is a sprint race. You got all the predictions right. You make a comeback. You just have to pick things that we don't pick, and then if you hit them all, you have nothing to lose now, right? So you just gotta go. You just gotta go crazy with it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun next weekend with it.
Listen, you just have to. What's the calculation? Like, we should do a whole video just on like the calculations that Veronica should get in order to clinch the championship.
I mean, there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2. So there's gonna be 9 points maximum next week for the sprint race. So
I need to get all of them.
She can come back with just one weekend, and there's still 2 races.
Yeah.
Let's do this shit.
You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
How about
Any memes or anything like that?
you know, Twitter was behaving themselves this weekend because Max, everybody was celebrating Max's victory. But yeah, I don't really have much. I do think that we won't be doing if I had to guess, we won't be doing a preview.
Okay.
Because we have Sangiving.
Sounds
And
giving.
we're hosting Sangiving over here in our household. And I start prepping for Sangiving dinner today.
Okay.
It's a 4-day cook-a-thon.
Sounds delicious.
Starts now.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll reconvene after the next race. Make sure to get your predictions in.
Yes.
And make sure that you guys get your predictions in.
Veronica, you heard that? Eddie,
I heard that.
play mind games with her again.
Just get crazy with it. Race winner, Nico Hülkenberg.
The
Top
steak
3
cars
Nico
are
Hülkenberg.
unstoppable in Qatar.
Top 3 Nico Hülkenberg.
I got my wild prediction. Are you ready?
Zhou Guanyu and Valtteri
Bottas
Bottas
in the points.
There you go. Might happen. You never know.
Never know.
I mean, joke one, you got
Veronica,
like
wild
13%.
prediction. Veronica's
What?
wild prediction. Sargent makes a comeback for William. She's going all
I think
out.
there's easier. I think there's easier ways to get a point. Colo Pinto
All right.
crashes again. Okay, bye everybody.
Yes. Ciao.
Later.
Oh, hold on. I have to press the outro. Okay, bye.
Oh.